What do you feel like eating right now?
Oh, coffee.
A chicken finger buffalo.
Man, I was very excited to do this podcast. That answer just went so many different directions. No, let's not get into that. But let's get into it.
You feel like eating coffee right now?
Yeah. I would eat it in solid form just to have it, to accommodate the question.
I understand.
Yeah. Like, we had coffee last night. No purpose. We should have had it right now. I wish I could have, like, delayed it somehow, you know?
Yeah, everyone's drinking coffee late at night during Ramadan to make up for it.
Yeah, this
and
is
then
true.
have a nice big crash throughout the entire day.
Which is crazy to me. Why are you messing with your circadian rhythm like that?
It's the vibes.
Is it,
You're
though?
supposed to. It's more fun that way. It makes sense for some reason.
I feel like maybe I need to get on that vibe then.
Yeah.
Because I've been sleeping at like 8 p.m. every day and then waking up for suhoor and then going back to sleep until 8 a.m. So I'm almost sleeping 11 hours a night because I'm going through caffeine withdrawals.
That's really good. That's good, right?
It's really good, but that's a lot of sleep. Like, I almost, like some would say, too much sleep.
Yeah. Most of us are losing sleep during Ramadan. Amber's gaining sleep.
Well, I
What
can't
is
make
going
it to
on?
Tarawih because I'm so tired. Because, like, I'm working from home, so it's not like I'm exerting that much energy.
You're not making yourself sound too good.
I know. I'm working from home,
You have a problem.
and then I'm going to the gym, like, working out right before iftar. Then I eat, and then I'm like, it's sleep time. Now, like Isha, sleep. Isha, sleep.
Oh, it's that quick?
It's sleep.
Sleep on
Like,
the prayer mat right there.
it's like the wudu from Maghrib goes for Isha, and then I literally walk 2 steps to bed and knock.
You're telling me you eat food after our fast breaks, and then you hold it. You don't have to go to the bathroom, no gas, nothing.
Nothing. It's only an hour.
Yeah, but like, I feel like you're like holding yourself back.
No, it's not on purpose.
You know how some people hold themselves back? They're like, I gotta hold my. By the way, if you don't know, like when we cleanse ourselves
Yeah.
to pray, it's called wudu, and you're supposed to come clean before God before every prayer, right? So if you've used the restroom, if you've passed
Tooted.
gas, like there's a number of things that like would break your cleanse. And so some people, they're like, oh, I'm gonna make sure that I don't, I want to hold it so that I don't have to literally just like wash myself again.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. But people are like, I want to hold my wudu until the next prayer time, and then they're like uncomfortable.
Yeah. But like I
Their
noticed
bladder is about to explode.
it's a problem.
What's the problem?
Like I'm not going to the bathroom in Ramadan.
Oh, your constipation is carrying over
Like, but to the point
to
where
Ramadan.
I've been napping at 8 p.m. Or at 9 p.m.
napping.
napping at 9 p.m. on the dot. Sometimes 8:59. So like the other day, I was like, this is problematic. So I went and I took a Dugolax. Okay,
A Ducolax?
a Dugolax. It's like
Does that come from the word dookie?
probably
Dookie lax?
yeah. It's like a
Relax my dookie?
maybe it's supposed to just help keep things moving along, right? And so I basically like take this Dugolax right before I knocked out. So then I take this Dugolax, I drink a bunch of water, and I only wake up for suhoor for like 20 minutes.
You're not scared you're going to like poop your bed?
No, because it's like, if anything, it'll be a normal poop, right? Because I just need a little bit of help. So
Okay.
I woke up just enough time to go downstairs, eat suhoor, pray fajr, go to sleep. But I wake up gripping the walls. Okay.
What are you talking about?
Because I took a stool softener before I went to sleep. So I woke up just like, I need to go to the bathroom.
Are you like sweating?
Sweating.
Ew.
Literally like, oh my God, I need to shit. So
Amber, Can I say something?
Yeah.
Literally nobody is gonna marry you if you keep talking about your
Constipation and then
constipation, your poop, and
yeah,
you're
but like, when do I ever talk about poop? You guys talk about me pooping more than I talk
no,
about me pooping.
you love to talk about how constipated you are constantly, and
I'm
like,
not loving it. It's just a problem that I deal
Like
with. It's a
me-
medical issue.
okay. If I'm like listening to the podcast right now and I'm like, oh wow, that Amber girl, like she sounds really cool. Like,
Yeah.
I might, want to consider her.
Yeah.
And then oh, she wakes up sometimes
Gripping.
soaking wet with sweat, gripping the walls because she has to dump.
I have to take
like-
a shit.
like-
Astaghfirullah.
Like some people, they want to wake up next to their partner and it's like,
Uh-huh.
oh my God, like you look beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, oh look, she's still sleeping. Like,
Yeah.
he's still sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you look beautiful when you wake up. And you're,
I'm like crawling to the bathroom. Okay. I didn't realize it at first though. I was just like, oh, my tummy feels a little weird. I woke up casually first. I walked downstairs. I'm putting cream cheese on my bagel. Okay. In the middle, mid swipe to cream cheese.
doesn't a bagel like constipate you more?
I don't know, but it keeps me full all day.
Yeah, I mean a bagel is a good one.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to talk about
No,
your
but
poop anymore.
listen.
We were talking about food.
Yeah, but I like was doing that and I was like, I dropped my knife mid swipe. I was like
That's in mid swipe.
mid cream cheese swipe.
Yeah, swipe to wipe real
Yeah.
quick.
And I was like, I drop it. I was like, Mama, take over.
Poo-poo. Mama, poo-poo.
Take over. Finish this cream cheese. I go there.
I'm leaking.
I spend the next 7 to 8 minutes in the bathroom. Okay. I've lost all of my sahur time. I have 45 seconds to eat my bagel and drink my liquid IV. Let's just say I finished my sahur at the very end of Azan.
You could take the water and just go into the bathroom and just be sipping on it as you're...
Well, I've successfully pooped one time this Ramadan.
We're 7 days in.
I know. That's the problem.
All right.
Anyways, was that so buffalo chicken wrap?
I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Like, mine was so innocent. Now I've been watching a lot of food videos. Food videos are my favorite during Ramadan. Some people, it's like I like to edge myself
Yeah.
throughout the day.
It's so nice to watch food videos while you're fasting.
Just like growling and salivating in the mouth. You can hear right now. It's dry. It's a drought.
Yeah. Giving
It's just a hair over here. So honestly, any time of the year, I'm always craving like wings or like buffalo sauce on something. And the most recent video I saw, I follow a lot of chefs on TikTok, on IG Reels, a lot of Muslim ones doing like, oh, it's Ramadan. I'm doing 30 recipes for Ramadan.
Oh.
So I watch all of those a lot. And the most recent one I saw was like this sandwich it was like buffalo. It was like Korean chicken, fried Korean chicken with like some really, really good sauce on it. And then it had like onion. What's it called? The chives? What's it called?
Yeah, chives.
Yeah.
No, is it chives? Green onion?
Green onions.
Yeah.
What's chives again?
Chives is like the really, really, really tiny ones, and the green onion is like a little bit more of like a circle. Chives
Okay,
are
yeah,
like
the green
this.
onions
Yeah.
on top, and then like some it was like a ranch type of sauce.
Scallions is the word you were looking for, right? Isn't that green? No.
I don't know.
Sorry.
And then just like the crunch of the toast, like a thick toast. It's like yellow, buttery. Yeah, that's what I want right now.
That's fire. I made kind of a buffalo chicken wrap last night. Sort of.
Yeah,
Kind of.
it was kind
Fried
of.
chicken wrap.
We'll get to your iftari.
No, I was just saying, like, I hope it satisfied your craving.
Oh, it didn't.
Oh, sorry.
No, but like, no, it was really good. But right now,
That
like
would
you
be
want
fire.
everything, and then when
you
it
said
comes
Korean,
to iftar,
that's different.
what do you mean?
Like that, like elevated the whole thing. I was like, whoa.
If you put Korean into anything, it's just like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure you can already taste it.
Korean chicken?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Korean wings,
Oh.
Korean, like anything Korean fried.
Mm-hmm.
Korean fried is not the same as fried because you're like fried. You're like, I'm sorry, I can't eat fried food, and then you're like, Korean fried. It's like
I can eat Korean fried.
That I can eat.
Yeah, for sure.
That's my hall pass.
Elevated experience for sure.
Yeah. Welcome back to Strange Flavors, everybody.
The strangest and greatest podcast on planet Earth.
Wow. I am waking up for Fajr for us.
I am gripping the wolves, Amber.
Ew! God. It doesn't sound right in any context.
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't sound hot.
It wasn't meant to be hot.
Okay. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Oh. Okay.
It's St. Patrick's Day today.
Woo.
Happy St. Packy's Day.
Yeah.
Leprechaun gold in the form of my money.
Yeah.
Leprechaun height, but they still run from me.
Okay.
Leprechaun beard. And it's not even funny. Ain't no green on me.
Okay.
But my blood green, honey. I'm not gonna lie, I thought of that on the way here.
Okay.
I was driving by. In my small town, we have tons of bars. That's all there is to do.
Small towns and bars love St. Patty's Days.
Yes. So people have actually been starting since yesterday morning. Yeah. They're all in the green. They're like blocking the road and stuff. There's huge tents set up outside the bars. It's like, it's their Eid.
It's their Eid. And none of them are Irish.
None of them are Irish. They're all collectively 1% Irish. They love to say that.
Oh.
Like, oh yeah, I'm 2% Irish, 1% Irish. Like it comes from my mom's side.
Yeah.
Can you tell me something about Ireland? Right.
No.
We drink.
Yeah.
No, you were gonna drink anyways. Well, it must be the Irish in me. Stop.
It's not. I don't
But
see
anyways, I
no
was like-
red in your beard.
I was like, oh yeah, like all the green. I was relating to it as a Pakistani. Like we love our green flags and stuff like that.
You do?
And then I was also like, wow, everyone's gonna be hungover, and so are we.
We're so hungover. We're
You know?
so hungover.
Like Muslims throughout Ramadan, if you take a look at them and you don't understand what Ramadan is or anything, you're coming in like a little tired. They're, a little thirsty. They need, you know how they'll, like when people are hungover, they're just like hydrating and eating a banana or whatever they do to try to like get back.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Liquid IVs and all.
Yeah. So like that's what we're on.
We're
currently
definitely
we're like
on
doing, trying to stay hydrated and
Just survive. Just kidding.
coming into work a little sleepy, a little tired. And
Chugging
yet,
liquid IVs.
it's
for
definitely
health.
giving hangover for people that don't understand.
Yeah. I also saw you like not that long ago, like a couple of hours ago.
Yeah. I
And
also
then-
have hangover voice right now.
Same.
Yeah.
That's because we were together till like 5 a.m, knocked out at like 6-ish, and then woke up and then podcasted. So what time did you wake up?
I woke up at regular time. I was trying to sleep in today, but because like with work and everything, I try to like, I wake up at the same time a little bit later. So it was like 9-ish. So like 2 hours later.
You woke up at 9?
And then I just kind of lay there and I'm like, I should be sleeping. I should be sleeping. And then that happens for about like 4 hours. And I'm like, all right, I can't do this.
Frost,
And I just
like,
got up.
I feel like you don't sleep and then you're feeling guilty about not sleeping, and that's tiring you more.
Thank you.
Do you feel understood?
No, I just, there's a scheduling problem constantly.
Fair.
But no. During Ramadan, it's like, it's part of it. It's fine. I'm trying to do what I need to do and conserve energy. And that's why today is going to be a little bit mellow. You know what I mean? Like, because we're coming on here just yapping, using up all this leftover saliva. How has your Ramadan been so far? We're a week in.
We are.
Are you adjusted? I know that the caffeine is not adjusted yet.
Yeah, no, definitely sleeping a lot. Definitely not as productive at work. I am waiting to like get that like feeling, you know? And
Like
I feel
like the moment of like
that like
enlightenment.
yeah, like where you just feel like no with regardless of the light, it just feels like a little glimmer on your face, that Ramadan feeling. And I'm realizing that between the start of Ramadan, the lack of sleeping and the planning my iftar, it was not gonna like have that feeling. But now
Oh, now it
for the
begins for you.
rest of the Ramadan, I'm going to other people's iftars. I'm going to Taraweeh. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
But yeah, what about you? You've been going to Taraweeh since day one.
Yeah. I think that's how it's a nice kickoff because actually like it starts in Taraweeh. For those that don't know, it's a nightly prayer. So for the 30 days that we're fasting, we're also, because there's 30 chapters of the Quran, we're basically like reading and reviewing those chapters every night. And it's the nightly prayer after we've feasted and you know, everyone collects at the mosque and
Wait,
it
I
goes
feel
on
like
through
we
the
should do a
night.
quick schedule breakdown.
Okay.
It's suhoor, like 5, 6 a.m. You
Yeah.
close your fast. You pray, you close your fast.
Crack of dawn.
Yeah. Then the whole day goes by. You pray Zohar and Asr. At Maghrib, the fourth prayer, you are opening what? Around 7:20.
Yeah, when the sun sets.
Sunset, 7:20. That's go time. It's iftar, you pray, then Isha, last prayer, fifth prayer. Then you have the option of going to the mosque and going for like an additional longer prayer,
Which is the Taraweeh.
which is Taraweeh. And then nappy nap. That you're going to wake up again for in a few hours.
Yeah. And so it's for me, yeah, it takes like a few days to just kind of like get the rhythm of things. But once it's kicking, it's just like that schedule makes you be more conscious of your time and of course of your energy, because you're like, especially while you're fasting, I feel pretty clear-headed actually. I feel very focused. It's almost like when you know, when you pull an all-nighter and you're kind of like, I'm going to try to point to the mic to my stomach every time it growls.
Okay. Love that.
Yeah, when you pull an all-nighter, you like miss a day of sleep, and then you're kind of like in this like dream-like state almost. You're a little bit loopy. It also feels like kind of clear. I don't know if that makes sense, but
Loopy for us is my favorite and least favorite for us.
what do you mean?
Like, you're so fun when you're loopy because you like sometimes you're just like very in control of yourself, right? When you're loopy, you lack control, right? And I love that. I love that so much because you're just like la da da, like you laugh a little more. You're just like you are just kind of like more carefree.
Oh, so you like when I'm sleep deprived more?
I like when you let go a little more.
Right.
And then sometimes you're also annoying. But I appreciate you being loopy more than you being annoying. So overall, it's a win.
Okay.
Sorry for that random analysis.
No, I'm with it because I also feel like lighter. Because usually when I'm sleep deprived, it's because I've been, you know, when you're in school, for example, and you've been studying for a test, and like you're pulling all-nighters, and then the test happens, and then you're like, it's a relief.
Yeah.
But you're sleep deprived. Some people would like just crash and nap after that. But for me, it's like
Celebration.
it's celebration. I can't sleep at this point because I'm like, oh, like the thing that needed to be done is done. So often it'll be like a project. It'll be different things going on. And once that happens, like I feel like dancing. And there's
And you're
moments in my
definitely
life
sleep deprived
where,
at that point.
yeah, there's moments in my life where I'm just like, I just want to dance right now. You know?
And you're not really a dancer.
I'm not much of a dancer, but I'm just like, and for people who's like friends' weddings and stuff, where I just like I'm really just like wanting to celebrate them and stuff. And that's where like a lot of people you'll see, not just me, but many people will feel like dancing because they feel joy for that person.
Yeah.
And so it'll be moments like that. Anyways,
Yeah.
I feel clear-headed during Ramadan, during fasting and stuff, and I'm like just more focused. And I'm like, oh, I have the day divided by like the prayers, and so it's just like in this section I want to do this, in this section I want to do this, and then I'm like, I feel like this is how it should be anyways.
Yeah.
If I was like on my deen a little bit better.
Yeah.
But you know that's the goal. It's like Ramadan always kind of resets you, and it's like it shows you like this is what you have the potential to be, and then it always comes in at the right time when like we need it most. So
Oh, for sure.
now, because I know that always happens, I look forward to it, and I'm like, I wonder how it'll change me this time and what I'll experience this time.
Yeah. Facts.
Oh, Ramadan Mubarak to everybody.
Ramadan Mubarak, because we didn't have a podcast last week. Also,
didn't.
Shamir's not here.
Hi, Shamir.
Hi, Shamir. We don't know where you are and why you couldn't make it, but
He's probably also holding a mic somewhere in somebody else's face.
that's what I figured. He's probably like at a convention or something, but we miss you.
I think Shamir should do, since he does all these conventions where people dress up and whatever, I think he should do like Ikna or Isna.
That
which is
would
like
be
which is like
so
the
lit.
Muslim con.
He needs to start doing shotted.
Oh yeah,
We'll get there.
at night times.
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
Cause it was a scene.
It was a scene.
So we live in Maryland, and in the DMV area, DC, Maryland, Virginia, especially Nova, which is like Northern Virginia, there is a lot of
A variety of Muslims.
well, I was gonna say halal restaurants. So yes,
True.
a variety of Muslims of all backgrounds, pretty wealthy,
Yeah.
and so there's also like really nice restaurants that have opened up that are also like aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
And it's meeting the market for the younger crowd, because when we were growing up, especially, there was like hole in the wall places, which like your uncle's cousin would tell somebody about, and it's like, oh, it's like in Virginia, it's in New York, like go check it out. And you take like a day trip to go check out that restaurant. It's all beaten down, like the uncle's
But it's
making
food.
like
It's like brown food.
it's way better than what these aesthetic places are, by the way. It's real food. It's authentic. It's made by the uncle, like, you know, making it over like your table.
But there's no grass wall for us.
There's no grass wall or neon signs.
Yeah.
But these places, they have
That's
the grass
missing the
walls,
mark.
neon signs, and so it brings in a lot of young people. A lot of activity that is
A lot.
a lot.
Yeah. So basically, there's this place in Tyson's called Shotted, and I don't know why or how, but it got super popular. It's not like it's like a Muslim place, but it's not like they sell meat, so it's like halal. You know, it's like it's coffee.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, Gawa House is a place that's really popular. That's Yemeni coffee, and it's like a Muslim social hangout place.
Yeah.
And you're seeing a lot more of these pop up now. And Shotted would be one of those where it's just like, yeah, they have, it's not that, because the food itself, like they have the pistachio, chai.
Yeah. It's like a coffee and pastries place.
Yeah.
And so
It's Middle Eastern, so
But is it Middle Eastern?
inspired. Well, I mean, I guess the owners and like whatever.
The owners, but what does that have to do with?
But the items on the menu are also like, they feel Middle Eastern.
Because it's like Biscoff and we've adopted Biscoff.
Yeah.
Like
It's
I
like- no,
don't know
no.
why Muslims feel like we own Biscoff.
No, ready? It's like, okay, if I buy like a soft serve ice cream cone machine, right? I open a store and it's called like Frosty's ice cream, right? Frosty's Ices, whatever. And then people are like, oh, a new ice cream place opened up. Everyone will come. But now if I take pistachios and I put them on the soft serve ice cream, like, yo, there's a Muslim place
Yeah.
that just opened up.
They put
All
the
it takes is
Biscoff-
pistachio sprinkles on top. It's Muslim.
Yeah, no, anything with Biscoff or pistachios is automatically like halal.
Right.
It's Islamic.
Biscoff is Islamic.
Yes. Biscoff is a Muslim cookie.
Biscoff is sunnah.
It's something to eat with Biscoff. Like in Ramadan, people are always making like Biscoff cheesecake, Biscoff this, Biscoff that. And I'm like, aren't those airplane cookies?
People really love Biscoff. My sister loves Biscoff. It's very sugary.
Yeah.
But I get it. I mean,
The vibe is, it's like a velvet cookie. You know?
yeah.
It feels nice.
It feels rich.
Feels rich. Speaking of rich, we went to the parking lot last night, and it's just we pull in. It is a mela. If you're brown, you know what a mela is. It's like a mela.
Scene.
Yeah.
A party scene.
It's like typically for like Chandrat and stuff like the night before Eid, they're like kite festivals. There's these like brown festivals, and there's just a bunch of people there. Except in this case, it's different because it's not just brown people, it's all Muslim people. And I mean literally like flooding the parking lot, flooding the sidewalks. We go there, there's like a car turning, there's like there was a car that was turning. There's 3 motorcycles like revving their stuff, smoke flying everywhere. They made that car reverse so that they could pass it. Then they're like speeding like 60 miles an hour down a parking lot, just doing the most. I saw almost 10 accidents in a parking lot, but they're all these like really nice cars. They're all stunting. And I'm like, but it's crazy because everybody's stunting and stuff, but everybody's in thobes and abayas and like scarves and like Muslim attire. But there's a lot of flexing going on.
This is what we do. We, when it comes to our people and like the youth and stuff, you know, if you go down, we were talking about like St. Patrick's Day and drinking and whatever, right? It's just like when you see a bar scene and like how rowdy people get at those, they have that.
Yeah.
They have drinks to and alcohol in their system to like kind of get them excited and whatever, right?
Yeah.
We have the nighttime. Muslims in the night come
with
out
pistachios.
with pistachios are like, we have money, we have cars,
We have cars, we have money, I have purse,
coffee, and there are women here.
Do you think that's a part of it?
I think that's a part. Well, look, in Muslim countries, it's changing a little bit, but typically, you don't have this kind of like this youth crowd that's just kind of like mingling openly.
Yeah. If there was clubs allowed in Saudi Arabia, this would be what I would think it would be.
It's turning into that.
Yeah.
Because there is like night scenes and there's like in places that are not as I guess strict as like Saudi or that were like Pakistan, for example, right? Like Pakistan, there's obviously a lot of mixed people. There's a lot of cultural influence and stuff like that. So there's night scenes there that people behave this way.
Yeah. And it's not like it's like everybody's like, hey, mama, what's that? It's not like that. It's like, the thing is, it feels like it's allowed because it's like, it's not like, hey, mama. It's like, assalamu alaikum, sister. It's like, and like, I don't know what about approaching somebody in Ramadan feels very halal. It's like,
Oh, it feels halal.
yeah, because you're like, hey, we're all here after Thravi. Okay. Ideally.
I feel like it's the opposite.
Really?
Yeah. Because these places, they're crowded like that anyways throughout the year. But then in Ramadan, it's like I go on this adventure with you guys once
Yeah.
during Ramadan, once a year basically. Because where I'm at, it's very like quiet, peaceful. You're very much to yourself. You're very isolated, and that's an advantage for sure. But people who are kind of like coming here every single day, it's like I lose focus for a bit of like what the month is about and all of that. Me personally, I guess, because I'm like we're running into we ran into so many people last night, friends and like people that we know, even like fans, which I forgot that we exist for a second.
know.
But I was like, oh yeah, they were very nice. Thank you for saying what's up. You guys
I
were
think her
very
name
sweet.
is Fabiha, and her sister listens to the podcast.
Yeah,
That was really cool. So
And
shout
Heather,
out Fabiha's sister. Heather. Shout out Heather.
But yeah, it was like there's definitely and it's a younger crowd, right? So it's not like families and stuff that are coming out. Oh, let's have suhoor or whatever. It's like people, and there's great people there too. They're just like you know, we were just there hanging out after we got back from your iftar, and just wanted to like see the scene and eat some good food and call it a day. But yeah, there's certain people there that are just like there to flex and
It's
like
crazy.
pull up and
Flexing while wearing a thobe is such an oxymoron to me.
no, I mean it's like that's what people in the Gulf states
Yeah,
are
but
all
we're
about.
here.
Yeah,
You
but-
know? Like there was
but
no
they-
Balmain on last night. It was all like oud and
Yeah, but that's what it's
like,
about. It's like when they pull up
Saudi
in their
drip.
Ferraris and Lambos in Dubai,
yeah.
they're in like thobes.
Yeah, true.
And so you associate that with like, oh, they're like rich. And even like the Western world, they've adopted the word sheikh as chic. And like they'll say, oh, yeah, like they'll associate really rich, valuable things with that title. Like being the king, you know?
Yeah. Speaking about this yearly excursion,
Yeah.
I feel like this is like the one time where we get to like, I don't know, there's something it's like very like wholesome based.
Okay.
Because it's like we're coming together for iftar. And then the purpose of going to DC or Virginia is for suhoor,
Yeah.
you know? And it's like otherwise we're just looking for like birthdays and this and those and whatever else reasons to meet up and have an excuse to like meet with people for the same purpose. It's like although there was some like raggedy activity that was taking place at Shadid, there was something like really wholesome in the fact that like we all got together for iftar last night and then we were all like, let's go to DC. Why do people usually go to DC? Oh, let's go to like a comedy show. Let's go to the club. Let's go to this. No, we're going there for suhoor. We go there. It's so many Muslims. Like there is something beautiful about that.
Yeah.
Like everybody is Muslim. There's like hundreds. Is that like an exaggeration to say hundreds?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, like hundreds of people that are gathered there. And it's like, I think some of it probably has to do with age. Like if they were a little bit older, like maybe they just wouldn't do that. But having so many people there and like having that, and then to be able to go get suhoor together and then go home, like there's something about that made Ramadan feel more like just whole.
Oh, like it's in the air. Like we don't have, you know, when it's Christmas, like we even get excited for Christmas because it's like you see the decoration, you see the lights, everybody's in a good spirit. So if you are not around that a lot, like where we live, then coming to something like this, it's nice because you see everybody, they're very proud of what they're wearing. They're very excited that we're all kind of like collectively having this experience. So yeah, in that aspect, I think you're right. It makes sense. And I think I feel the wholesomeness amongst our friends. That's what I'll say, because if I was there by myself or something, or like just like with one other person, I'd be like, it would still be a good experience. But I think knowing like everyone's kind of intentions and knowing where everybody is at in their lives is nice, because you're there. It feels safe. It feels comfortable. And yeah, so like coming especially from your iftar, which I think every year you have this big Great Gatsby iftar that everyone Gatsby, you know Gatsby, the Great Gatsby.
I know the reference. I don't know the reference.
He's this rich, suave guy who throws big parties, and everyone comes to his parties, and yeah.
Okay.
So
sure.
it's a good thing.
Okay.
And so I feel like amongst like a lot of your friends, like we all look forward to coming together for your iftar. It's your old friends, it's current friends, new people that you picked up, and we're like, let me throw you in here, and everyone mingle, and it's always an amazing spread of food.
In my family, I don't know why
Your
that
family-
just really gets to me.
This is the best part about it, though, is why it's like wholesome and it feels good, because like your family, a lot of like our close friends, our families are similar in the way that like we open the doors for all of our friends to come in and be exactly who we are, with or without them there, and it builds this trust amongst our parents that when we step out of the house, that they have, you know, total confidence that we'll continue to be our best versions of ourselves. And so when we're in these environments, we don't behave differently
Yeah, no.
at Shotted, because it's like, oh, we can let loose, we can do whatever. It's like we were just at the house playing games and having fun and whatever else. So we're just here to eat and continue that vibe. Whereas some people, I guess, aren't as privileged, and they feel like they have to escape the house. Their parents don't allow kind of like, or like maybe the scene at the house is kind of like a little bit more strict and reserved, and it's just kind of like once they get out of there, then they turn into
They can
a
let
werewolf in the
loose.
night. I can
Yeah.
let loose, but then it's like they're misbehaving and being an inauthentic version of themselves to impress people, or because like they're just overly excited.
Yeah.
But bringing it back to your iftar, it's really nice that like everyone comes together, understands like this is the way that this function operates, and everyone has a great time. And yeah, it's I think everyone there's really lucky to have you as a friend,
Wow.
especially those people that don't always like mingle amongst each other, or like that wouldn't have met somebody else otherwise. I know that like you have a lot of friends, so bringing them together in that way, it's like it's nice to it's almost like a relief for you too, because it's like to try to pay attention and give everybody an equal amount of time, or like spend Ramadan with them would be difficult. But you're like, this is my thing where I'm going to invite you all, and I'm going to kind of like not knock it out, but like, you know what I mean? Is that semi-accurate?
No, it is. Like, there's something about, like, for example, common denominator, right? Like, when you have certain events for certain things, the common denominator is, for my iftars, is that you're either Muslim or that, like, you appreciate Muslim culture. I think that, like, you would enjoy this or whatever the case, right? But, like, it's based in, like, Ramadan, Muslim,
Faith, family.
those types of wholesome vibes. And like that is probably my favorite event to throw the entire year, because it gives me like a bigger purpose than myself, than a friend birthday or wedding or whatever. It's like something that we all are valuing and all are appreciating. And although we might practice it and do things differently in Ramadan, outside of Ramadan, we're all for the same purpose getting together, which is to open our fast, kind of like be around each other. And I love watching everybody mingle. Like, I looked over at one point and for some reason, like earlier in the night, we all just kind of like segregated by gender randomly. And like the ladies were sitting in one
The
area.
halal way, Amber.
Okay. But it wasn't like intended
It's a natural
to
thing
be
people
that
do
way.
anyways. It's like, you know, the guys want to
Yeah.
hang out with the guys, girls want to hang out with the girls.
And so I walk over and I just see like a table, and it's like my dad, you and your brother, like a trainer from my gym, the like one of my homeboys, my brother, and it was just like such a like random group of people, but you guys were like, it was just like so nice to see you guys all sitting there and like cohesively communicating and like vibing. And like I like to walk over to like be like, hey, does anybody need anything? But also just to appreciate it and be like, I love this. Like I love seeing everybody and like nobody's, at least from my understanding, uncomfortable by my dad being there or whatever. Like, and
Well,
my
you're also in the best seat. You're the host, so you're like, you're like excited that like your worlds are
Yeah.
all there
Yeah.
together at the same time and they're getting along.
Yeah, that's true. And I feel like for the most part, my mom and my dad like to like, I don't know, like they like my friends.
Right, yeah.
So they like to like hang out and chat with them and kind of just like catch up just for like enough time. Like I feel like they're not like too much and they're not like overstaying their welcome because then they go and do their own thing too. Right. But for like a small amount of time. And then like on the girl side, it's just the most. I had a friend that drove from Philly. I had a friend from here. I had a friend from there. I have a friend who's showing up 30 minutes late who lives 10 minutes away. But like, again, everybody, some people have kids, some people are married, some people are super single. Everybody's in such a weird, random, different part of their life. It's not like I'm like, hey guys, let's like go to the hookah bar. It's only people that smoke hookah. Okay, hey, let's go to like dinner. Is it halal or not halal? Only it's like everybody's there. They all get to be there. And so what can I do to like elevate that experience? And I don't know where I started this thing from, but I just started having this thing where I was like, I want to have the best spreads. Not like in comparison to anybody else, but like just something that I think that you can just kind of keep going back to. Because I feel like in Ramadan, you usually like eat a little bit and then like
you have like a suhoor, which is like almost like an appetizer. And then you have like a dinner proper, like buffet type of thing. But your like thing is it's there for the whole night as
and
you're
people go
vibing,
back like 5 times and just like grab stuff and whatever. And so, yeah, this year I was like trying to figure out a way how to like elevate it. Not like, again, just like so that it's not the same
next
thing.
Level.
And I also don't want everybody coming and eating the same foods every year. Like that, what's the fun in that, you know? So then I was like, okay, let me just like, I knew I wanted to have a Golgappa fountain. Okay. That's where this started from. I wanted to have a water, like a fountain that was flowing with Golgappa pani puri pani. So it's like the whatever. I don't know. Google it. And
it's a chickpea salad that goes inside of a like a ball,
a cracker ball,
and then it's like what's cut like sour
tamarind water. Tamarind flavored water,
like a sauce, like like
a watery sauce that you pour into the cracker and then eat as a whole. And so I like based the entire thing around that, and then I was like, let's just do like an Indian street food theme. And the hard part is
why wasn't it Pakistani street food?
I feel like India is bigger than Pakistan.
Oh, you wanted the branding to be like appealing to everybody.
The thing is, it was not announced. It was not written. It was more like internal.
It was in your head.
Yeah, it was.
Okay,
in my head.
Then why was it? It was more glamorous.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I want to do an Indian street food vibe, you know, like, and that helped me put together what the vision is.
You were thinking about the Ambani's wedding, and you were like, it's got to be Indian.
Like what would be, you know, like on the streets, because you're not really getting golgappas on the street. Maybe
yes,
maybe
you are.
But like I'm not having that same experience in Pakistan, so it's more of like the experience.
That's the only place to get them.
So I have never had golgappa in Pakistan.
Okay.
So in my head, it's like, you know, Indian street food, because we're Kashmiri, we don't have that. We have like, it's not the same.
Okay.
It's not like, you know, like the nightlife and whatever. Anyways, for me, it was like, if I can envision a theme, and it makes it easier for me to decide what the rest of the menu is going to be. I've already done the pastas and the fries and the wings. That was last year.
You've already done the West Wing.
This year, I want to have burrata chicken wraps. I want to have biryani. I don't even like biryani. I still had biryani for the vibe, for the vision.
Okay.
I had biryani.
Yeah.
What was it? Gulab jamun cupcakes.
Yeah.
All that type of stuff.
It was all good. It was all delicious.
Yeah. Somehow I feel like I didn't make enough, which is crazy because it was destroyed.
I think everyone was just really liking it, enjoying it. Was that a growl?
Yeah, it was a growl.
Okay.
Yeah, people were coming in like an hour late, and I was like, "Go for what you can."
Yeah, I mean, they had probably eaten by then, anyways. But I think everyone was just going back because it was like more. They just wanted more.
Good.
It was good.
I love that.
You did a great
that.
job.
Thanks. The whole night was a vibe from iftar, hanging out with everybody. I think I counted like over 60 people at one point.
Nice.
Not counting kids. And then, you know, people end up leaving, you know, throughout the night. We always have like a little game night after that.
That's the best part.
Yeah. And then we venture off to DC. It's a once a year type of thing.
Yeah,
Love
I hope
it.
we continue this tradition. I think that like amongst our friends and families, like they understand it's similar. No one is weird or misbehaves in any way.
Mm-hmm.
It's all kind of like this really respectful yet fun thing. And yeah, it's nice. So
And it was Hazel's world debut.
okay.
It was my
Your
niece's debut. Yeah. No, not a lot of people had seen my niece. And like, if you don't know, my niece is my number one bestie right now. She is that girl. Okay.
Girl
She's the girlest of girls.
with a W-O.
That one. And so she got to have her little debut last night. That little perfect angel. Mashallah.
Yeah. Your nephew right before this said that he said, "Are you?" What did he say? Oh, he said, "I'm gonna live longer than you." And then I said, "Not if I eat healthy and work out." And he said, "It doesn't look like you work out." And then he said, "Do you want to die together?" And it got really dark.
Why did he say that?
Well, he's your nephew, so
Yeah, he's been talking about death a lot recently.
maybe
yeah.
he's been hearing Popo from the door sometimes just be like, "Oh my God, I'm going to kill myself."
Yeah.
And then
You
he's
know-
like, "Oh, sounds great."
Sounds fun.
It's a plus.
Yeah. All my friends are so nice to my nieces and nephews. I feel like so many people don't like kids. But maybe because I force them, I'm like,
Yeah, you're one of those people that are like, that put the kids in your face. I mean, I like kids anyways.
yeah.
But yeah, for people that don't, they're like, I think they're probably just like, "Oh yeah, this is what I have to do now. I have to interact with this child." People don't know like what to do with kids. And then it's just like, it's not that serious.
Yeah.
Say or do whatever you want. Like, it's a kid.
Yeah. Yeah. But
But
like
it's funny.
people who like have like FaceTime me and they're like, "Oh my God, I can't wait to see you." I'm like, "You wanted to see her. Here you go.
There you go.
Take her. Have fun." But yeah.
That was
anyways.
good vibes. Did you see that Lil Jon converted to Islam?
I feel like everybody's converting to Islam. It's the new wave. It's because they went to Shadid.
No, that's not the way. People keep saying like, "Yo, it's just a trend." Like all the comments on this, like on this post.
Everybody's converting to Islam now. I guess
Like-
it's a new trend.
Yeah, I was like, this is the longest trend ever of all time, probably. That's what the comments
It's been
are
a
like.
lot of Muslim conversions happening lately. It sounds like a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I like this though. I like all the jokes. And everyone's just like, when he took his shahada, he's like, "Yeah." Are you ready? Are you ready, Brother John? Okay. He's like, "To the window, to the mosque, to the sweat drops down my shawl. Oh, my Aki's ball.
Down.
Oh, yalla, 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 yalla. Oh, walla, walla, walla." All right.
That was good.
No, this is cool. It's so weird. Can you did you ever imagine when you were in your 8th grade dance grinding on little white boys? I'm just saying.
It was not me.
To Yeah by Usher and Lil Jon.
You don't like, was I standing there being like, one day this person that I'm dancing to in the middle of this dance, he's going to be Muslim one day. No, Frost. I did not have that idea. And I was not thinking that.
You weren't?
At my 8th grade, like winter formal.
I mean, Akon, he's Muslim. And he had
Wait, Akon's Muslim?
Yeah.
He's always been Muslim?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Oh, is that why he did Chamak Chalo?
No, Chamak Chalo is not Muslim.
It's yeah,
Bollywood.
but it's
No.
it's giving the energy. Chamak Chalo feels Muslim.
Ice Cube. There's a lot. Talib Kweli,
What
Mos
did you say?
Def, Talib Kweli. He's like a iconic, legendary rapper.
That was
Black
a really
Star.
cool name.
Yeah, there's a lot of rappers and musicians, especially amongst black people who are basically like the movement often is like, oh, I'm reverting. They often find like that in their history, in their lineage, somewhere it was broken, where they were originally Muslim and were forced to convert to Christianity with a Christian name of their slave masters and things like that. I'm not sure about what Lil Jon's journey was, but often you hear that kind of thing. But congratulations, Brother John.
Okay, Brother John.
Turned down for what? Not for Salah.
Turn up for Allah.
There we go. Congrats, Brother John. We like it.
There's other people. There's a lot of people who are like converting recently. I know I'm making it sound like a trend, but like it low key people like with I think after like with
You're talking about like notable people.
Yeah, but I mean like post Palestine, not post Palestine. That's not the words I was looking for, but like post October 7th, where there's like a lot of unity being shown in the Ummah, like for Palestine. I think it's inspired a lot of people to fast for Ramadan as well. Those who are not even Muslims sometimes are fasting. And similar energy, I think it's helped a lot of people who maybe had ever had thoughts or maybe had never really like been able to explore things like that before. It was kind of something that they could then research a little bit more, have more resources that were like, you know, for example, like even Amanda Seales is posting about Palestine and stuff. And like, that's a gateway into just learning about Islam, the Ummah.
It's
inspirational.
It's in like correlation with just the information age in general, where not only do we have access to more information, more parts of the world, but it's also that Muslims are like really, really have strong positions in the West at this point in all types of areas and fields. Like you can't not hear about a lot of the things that we are like our holidays and whatever other kind of like things that we're collectively experiencing. You see that like the Gulf states are now shifting their focus from oil to try to be entertainment hubs, and a lot of like you'll see boxing matches and UFC things, and like even F1 is having like a race course in Saudi, and they're bringing like and they have the money to do so, and now they need to shift all of their focus, so it's bringing in a lot more exposure to how Islam is. We saw the World Cup that was in Qatar, right? Am I tripping?
I wouldn't be the one to help answer that question for you.
Yeah, but one of the states over there, which it just like allows people to see this is how people will live, and they have money and education, and they're living at times better than us in our, you know, ways. So then it's giving them a lot of information. I shared last time that there's like a lot of these like white women on my TikTok who are discovering Islam or the Quran for the first time, and they're like sharing it with their audiences. It's really interesting to see that like on their own they're discovering it, and then like people are giving them more information, and it's almost like, oh, I never knew that this existed in this way because of whatever preconceived notions I had about this religion or the people of it, and you can't ignore it anymore.
Yeah.
Also, it's that like you hear like Andrew Tate talk about this a lot, but people who have a similar kind of thinking, which is that with Islam, for the most part, it's like people will go about their cultures and they'll do whatever, they'll integrate, they'll do their work, whatever. But they're on the religious side of things, it remains pretty untouched, as in like nobody's tampering with it. Obviously, the book and you know the core kind of like teachings and everything are the same as they were first revealed and written. Whereas what like certain people have shared is that with Christianity and like other religions, sometimes there's a lot of adaptation to fit an agenda, whether it be like a liberal agenda or what have you. And that's where people start having like disagreements and they kind of like, don't align themselves with the people anymore, because they're like, oh, anything goes, and what's the point of having this religion?
Yeah.
Or whatever. It's like you can't be half this or half that. You leave the kind of like church or the mosque alone, and that's a sacred place where you go to practice this thing. Outside of that, do what you want. That's going to be between you and God or whatever, but leave the religion as is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then be your own person in the world.
Yeah.
And not have those be a representation of what like Muslims or Islam is. But
so that's what people are seeing, though. They're seeing
there is that
Islam is still kind of holding on to that. And because we went an extreme way towards like, this hyper liberalism that it's been happening in recent years, people are kind of like fed up, and they're like, wait, maybe this is not the way. And then they're looking for God again, right? And then they're like, where's the religion that's still kind of like holding that value with it? And I think right now, the way that the world is seeing it, it happens to be Islam.
Yeah.
It is the fastest growing too.
It's also, I think, a lot to do with balance. Like, Islam provides a lot of balance, and a lot of the things that are built into it are for a bigger purpose. Like, as somebody who does yoga, like, and has been doing yoga pretty religiously for the last, that was a weird way to say it now that we're talking about religion, but like for like 5 years now, I've been doing yoga, and just saying, I'm praying every prayer in Ramadan, and like, I'm doing yoga 5 times a day. Like, doing it properly, because like there's like little things that we don't always understand. Like, why do I have to sit down while drinking water? Like, it's a suggestion, right? Like, oh, drink it in 3 breaths or 3 sips, and like sit down while doing it. Like, there's a scientific reason as to why that's like low key built in. Like, you're supposed to digest water in smaller increments, not chug. Chugging's not good for you. Or like doing certain things that we don't know what the reason is, that might just come across as like strict or like too many rules, but they have like a bigger purpose, and it's a good purpose. And I feel like every year, every day, like slowly I come to realize that there's so many things that are built into Islam that kind of help you navigate the world a little bit better. Like, here, I'm coming across a crossroads of decisions to make. Like, I kind of have a
family,
guidance.
marriage, financial.
I have
with
like
the poor.
guidance.
Yeah, it's all there.
And like, I think so often in this age, we're constantly looking for a sense of belonging. So many people, right? Like, some people are like whether that be, they go into like different groups of different interests, like large interest groups and things like that, or identifying, and I know that's been a topic too, of like identifying a certain way just so you can feel like you're a part of something. As a Muslim, you always feel a part of something. I always feel like I'm a part of something bigger than myself. And like, I really enjoy like going to my mosque, because there's never a time where I feel like, oh, this is a cultural thing. No, this is cross-cultural. This is something on a bigger level. And that
actually doesn't see culture, that doesn't see race or creed or whatever.
Exactly. And like, I think even TikTok is helping with that, where it's like you get to see so many different people be Muslim, and now everybody's just finding the truth.
I like that, what you're saying is like the scientific reasons of things, and that's what people get blown away by the most, is like they're finding that it doesn't clash against like science and kind of like logic. And growing up, we really took that for granted, I think, especially kids who kind of like are around other kids who are getting to do certain things that we're not. And now, especially like as you get older, you realize it more and more. I have a lot of friends that are like trying to go towards sobriety, and they're like, it's tough for them. I literally have a friend that was like this weekend is St. Patrick's Day, like it was a big deal. Like, that's what everybody is doing in their life. It's going out and drinking. And it's just like, it's easy to make fun of it, right? Like, we do it, we make fun of it. But to them, it's really difficult.
Yeah.
It's like letting go of something that's a part of them, part of their culture, like part of something that they just do. But they know that like it's not like serving them. It's actually harming their progress and their physical health, mental health, all these things. And we kind of either took it for granted or like didn't see the benefit in it enough growing up, where we were like, I don't have to think twice about that.
Yeah.
About, you know, being tempted towards a drink or something like that, because I'm just like, it was never a part of my lifestyle. And like, how much money, time, and energy did I save all my entire life by never being concerned about this drink?
I was on a call with my coworkers, and they were talking about how they're having a baby shower, and they were like, "Oh yeah, like I can't wait to go to the baby shower and get drunk." And I was like, "Wait, you guys are drinking at baby showers? Like even the mom can't drink." So everybody else is drinking and getting drunk at a baby shower when the person who they're celebrating is like not on that time.
Yeah, they should be drinking milk.
Right? Ew. But like,
I would love that.
just like go to a baby shower and just drink milk.
Yeah, we went to you know, BJ's restaurant. We went to
Pazuki.
Yeah, they have Pazookies, but like everyone, like the times that we go, it's always like Muslims always want to hang out at night.
Yeah.
like late night. That's just part of what we do for some reason. But we'll go to BJ's and like it'll be, you know, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., whatever. Everyone's drinking. And
You're just getting cookies and milk.
we actually order milk, and it always just like stuns the waiter or waitress. They're like, "You want milk? Yeah, can you get me a glass of milk?" And they're like, "Okay."
That's
They
so
bring us
funny.
the cookies and milk.
Like the way that they all were like astonished when I was like, "Oh, like that's crazy. Like I can't imagine having a baby shower and like having drinks." Obviously, I'm speaking from a completely different like background where I'm like,
but it is interesting to think. Like yeah, she's the only one that's like everyone around her is drinking.
And they're like, "Well, I wouldn't even go." They said this statement, which like really threw me off. They're like, "I wouldn't even go to baby showers if they didn't have drinks." And I was like, no, guys, you're just saying that. Like, I live it. I live baby showers without drinks, and it's a fabulous time, and it's so fun, and you get to just like, you know, get dressed up and celebrate her, like the like mother, and it's like really beautiful. And they all started laughing at me, and they were like, no, like weddings and baby showers are like meant for drinking. And I was like, wait, guys, like I'm going to have to stop you right there, because like as a Pakistani, we have elaborate 3-day fun weddings, sometimes weeks long leading up to it without a sip of alcohol. And we're having the time of our lives. Like, and they're like, no, like I will not be at a wedding where they're not serving alcohol.
It's just what they associate with it. It's just like wedding, baby shower, party, alcohol. It's the same as we sometimes like, for example, you asked me when I got here, super early after we had that crazy night. I was like, we still have to do the podcast. You were like, I was gonna ask if you wanted some coffee before we start this, but obviously we're fasting. Coffee for us before we do something for work or something, it's kind of that thing that's just like, let me set the vibe, let me set the mood right, let me get myself in the zone, and then I can do this thing well. And with alcohol, like some people have relied on it so much in that way that it's just like they need it to let loose, they need it to be like more social, whatever the case, but it comes with it.
Yeah.
It's like
built into every single thing that you could do. And I don't know why that just shocks me. And I feel like people who are going through their sober journey, I've heard them like, when I hear them kind of speak about it, I'm like, okay, like I feel like they get it because they were fully immersed in it, and now they get to step back, right? But I'm like, you're at a work event. Why are we drinking? We're at a baby shower. Why are we drinking? We're at and some of these things, sure, like some could argue like, yeah, like it makes sense or whatever further. But like, okay, bar, cool. Dinner, cool. Brunch. Oh, how are you supposed to have brunch without mimosas? How are you supposed to have dinner without a drink? How are you like you found a way to incorporate it into every meal, into every like activity, every holiday. Like the night before Thanksgiving, which is supposed to be the day that you spend with family, is called Blackout Wednesdays. How did you yeah, because you're supposed to get blacked out the night before Thanksgiving.
I didn't know that.
Wake up hungover and like eat a bunch of food. So it's just interesting how I like seeing this change where there's a lot of people who I see online and I know personally that are going through a sobriety journey, and they're having the same revelations that I've kind of had like thoughts about, and being able to relate on completely different sides of the spectrum. Like I feel like there's alcohol incorporated into everything, and they are also feeling that, but on the other side of things.
Yeah. No, it's just it's awesome to like just be at the stage in our lives where we kind of like reflect and just see, like, as you were saying earlier, just like the built-in benefits that we don't even think about. And alcohol, obviously, like we were saying that because that's an easy kind of like seeable thing, but there's so many other things that like you come to realize. And this month especially kind of like really provides you more and more clarity, I feel like, every year. And that's part of it. It's just like it's a forever kind of like learning journey, and it'll never stop.
Yeah.
And for even like imams and like, you know, scholars, they're always learning and growing. So it's just like everyone is on their own journey, on their own path. And the more you can kind of like find that clarity and have people who are going through it together, experiencing their own things, and share it with each other, it's just, it's really nice to have that. And a lot of people don't have that community or that sense of belonging or that like healthy kind of like outlet towards things. And alhamdulillah, what can we say besides
Alhamdulillah.
that? It's been an hour. We have a Patreon episode to do too. Do you want to cover any of these that you really want in the main episode?
Let's see, what do we have in there? I think it'd be fun to talk about being a 10%er really quickly.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So like, again, because we're already on the whole topic of Ramadan and stuff, it's so funny because I feel like there's some people who, you know, Ramadan might not be a huge difference to, and there's some people who like really embrace it. I love to embrace, you know, all Ramadan and things like that. But sometimes I find myself in funny situations. Okay. So I found myself in a few scenarios where I'm like, okay, it's time to go to the mosque. Okay. And I'm like putting on my shirt, I'm putting on my socks, putting on my like abaya. Cool. I then go, and thanks to you, I have a pair of socks that
No.
that say B word, I'm relaxed. Right? So like mid prayer, I like bend down and I see my socks. Mid prayer, I see my socks and I just go, oh.
Oh my God.
I'm literally praying with a cuss word on my socks. Okay? Like, what do I do at this point?
Did anybody else see it?
I hope not. But I'm wearing an abaya.
That's such a funny thing to wear, like while you're praying. Like
At the masjid. It's not even like
wrong, obviously, but very funny. Like,
Very funny.
like, does she know what she's doing? Like she, okay, you are clearly relaxed.
yeah.
It's extremely offensive yet accurate at the same time, right?
Honestly, yeah. And if like the goal was to be side-eyed by an auntie, it was definitely going to be that. Luckily enough, my abayas are really long. So
Okay,
if
that's
anybody's going to see, it was like going to be while I was like, you know, in like sajda. Sorry, I was like trying to figure out the word. And at that point, it's none of my business what you see.
Yeah, because then they're looking up.
Yeah.
They should have their
Exactly.
head on the ground.
So at that point, it's on you. And I'm judging you now before you can judge me.
Yeah.
And then I leave and I'm going to like this Islamic bookstore. And I go there and I'm like, okay, well, I'm wearing like Islamic clothes. Let me just take my abaya off. Right? Because I have like full clothes on underneath too. Just took my hijab off. I was like, let me go into the Islamic bookstore. And then I realized that the long sleeve shirt that I'm wearing has a gaping hole in the back of it. And you can just like see my bra in the back because it's like a workout shirt. So like if you wear a sports bra, the sports bra covers that area, at least for me. Right? And it's just like a huge hole in the back. And I realized, I was like,
how does it cover it if your whole back is revealed?
because sports bras are thick.
Okay.
You know, they're like this much fabric.
Okay.
across the back, and it's like the whole back is covered. And there might be like a little bit like here and there, whatever. But for the most part, I wear tank top bras for the gym, and like it covers the whole
The
back.
whole thing. Okay.
But at this point, I wasn't going to the gym. I was going to the mosque. So I'm wearing a regular bra. And now I'm taking my abaya off and I'm wearing full clothes except for this gaping hole in the back. And like,
Were you not aware before you left the house what you were wearing?
I was wearing an abaya on top, so it wasn't affecting me.
Okay.
And then
I think you need to have like a Ramadan closet.
so that's my thing, is being a 10%er is like merging my real closet, my socks,
My real
shirts,
closet.
my real closet with my Ramadan closet, which is why I love abayas.
With my alter ego, I need the max win.
I need the max win with God,
Yeah,
you
do.
know? And having like that little thing. And then
Did anybody see that?
well, I had to keep my abaya on.
Okay.
I didn't want to break my rosa. Okay. So I find myself, you know, I try not to listen to music during Ramadan. But when I do, I sometimes like fall into weird like things where I'm like looking for a loophole,
What?
right?
Oh, you listen to Dean Squad?
Like, you know, I'll listen to like Islamic music.
You can listen to Lil Jon now. Brother John.
That's true.
He's going to collab with Dean Squad.
And Akon, apparently. Akon, Lil Jon, Kevin Gates, DJ
Yeah.
Khaled.
There you go.
No, the loophole that I've found myself in recently is thinking that if it's brown music, that it's okay.
Amber. You're listening to like Diljit,
I'm listening to
an
like
Indian Sikh.
I'm listening to like Punjabi music, like
Right.
literally Punjabi music,
Mhm.
on the way to Jummah with my bitch I'm relaxed socks, astaghfirullah, and my gaping hole in my shirt, headed to Jummah. And like, let's just say the first week maybe wasn't the best impression, but next week I'll have it down a little bit better.
They say the devil's supposed to be locked up.
And just know that that was the transition of the devil wearing off of me. And next week, don't be surprised if I'm wearing a hijab
On the podcast?
on the podcast.
I would like to see that, sister.
Okay. Well, it might just happen maybe by the third or fourth week, but
Brother.
brother.
Thank you, sister.
Yeah.
This was a nice podcast brought to you by your brother and sister.
In Islam.
Now, this was fun. Hopefully, it was people who are fasting had a nice little kind of relaxed, bitch, I'm relaxed podcast to listen to
Stugs.
during their fast. And thank you for listening to another episode of Strange Flavors. It's been another week.
Another flavor.
A little less stranger.
Talk to you next time.
Salam.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.